Sir Bobby Charlton, Manchester United legend, England hero, and football icon. Bobby Charlton made his debut for Manchester United in 1956, aged 18, and this was the start of what was to become a stellar career. After winning the First Division Championship in 1957, a year later tragedy would strike for Bobby and Manchester United. In February 1958, Bobby would survive the Munich air disaster after being pulled out of the plane by then goalkeeper Harry Gregg. 8 of the Busby Babes would die, along with 15 other staff members. Matt Busby, Sir Matt Busby should I say, rebuilt Manchester United, with Bobby Charlton at the heart of it, forming one of the most famous trios in football history, alongside Dennis the King Law and George Best. Bobby would go on to lift the European Cup in 1968, scoring 2 goals in the final, 10 years after the Munich disaster. 2 years previous to this, Charlton was part of English history as he won the World Cup, never done before, never done since. Charlton was the leading England goal scorer on 49 goals for more than 40 years, as well as his Manchester United all-time goal scoring record of 249. Both records were broken by Wayne Rooney. In 1994, he was knighted, and in 2008, he received a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Sports Personality of the Year Awards by his brother, Jack Charlton. The two had a long-running feud in their personal life, but when Jack Charlton spoke of his brother that night, there wasn't a dry eye in the room.
When we were kids, we used to go to the park and play. I would go home for dinner and he'd stay on all day. Bobby Charlton is the greatest player I've ever seen. Isn't it, brother?
In 2016, Sir Bobby was honoured with a stand being named after him at Old Trafford for his legendary status and ambassadorship of the club. Sir Bobby Charlton should be remembered as not only one of, if not the greatest footballer England has ever produced, but also a man who, like majority of you listening or watching, had a dream of playing football, and it just came true. Right, what we start with. You always start, I like how you always kind of started off. I was
Yeah,
like,
well,
welcome to the last
yeah,
You
no,
always introduce
It's
it.
funny actually because I woke up this morning with Joe Garner on my mind. Welcome everyone back to the Last Ditch Podcast, episode 5. Today we are joining you after Carlisle United's brilliant 2-1 victory over Burton Albion at home last night, and also many events occurring in football this week that we're here to talk to you about.
We are here to talk about. I was thinking we were just like.
He wasn't prepared to bring it.
I thought you were going to tell them what we're going to talk about. We've got
I can go.
We've got Champions League football
Indeed.
to talk about.
Indeed.
We've got England and Scotland getting to the Euros.
Qualifying for the Euros, yes. Both.
And then a bit of obviously league football, Carlisle United. Have a look.
Some
do
to
some
chat
predictions.
about. Yeah.
I'll let you go for it.
Alright then, I mean, I suppose, I guess I'll just start with what's the most fresh in my mind. So we'll start with the Carlisle game from last night.
Mm-hmm.
A game which, the first half, frustrated me immensely, which I'm sure it did for you as well. We were the better team the entire first half. We made, Burton were unbeaten in 8, I think, and we made them look like absolute pish.
Yeah.
And that's no disrespect to Burton, they've been playing well recently. They beat Bristol Rovers 4-1 before they came to play us.
I don't know how. Someone said to me, it's like they'd won the last,
Last game 4-1.
The last 4, is it 4 and 5 games?
Won the last 4 out of the 5. I think I told you that, yeah.
I honestly cannot get that, because I was watching them and I thought, that is the worst side I've ever seen come to Brunton Park over the last 2 seasons.
This season,
were shocking.
This season, I'd say they were the worst side to come to Brunton Park. Even when we were against Shrewsbury, they were harder to break down.
I knew they'd score as well. As soon as they went, I actually said to Stephen, I went, oh, there you go. And they hit it, and I thought...
It was a brilliant strike, to be fair, by their lad. I can't remember.
I mean, Holy couldn't have done anything about it. But it was just like, it went completely silent, and obviously their 15 fans that they brought, they went a bit like potty, yeah.
It was 166, I think, in the end. From where I was sat, they were fairly low. But
how far away is Burton?
I'm not sure, to be fair.
I always give credit. Any of the fans that come up, whether it's
a Brunton Park,
5 or 500 or 5,000, it's like, well, you're not going to 5,000, but you know what I mean? Like,
coming all the way to Brunton
fair
Park,
play. Like, if you go to an away game, I think it's respect, but yeah.
Definitely. There was about 166 Burton fans, I think. They were fairly loud from where I was sat, but I was sat in section 5 of the Eastern, so I was fairly near them. But when their lot scored, I was like, here we go again. It's another one of those nights. And then we go up the other end, and then we get that chance where Butterworth squares it, and I think it was Garner hit it right at their defender on the line.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it just isn't going to come for us tonight.
Was that a handball?
Because
everyone was shouting handball, but I couldn't tell.
Didn't look like it from where I was. Looked like it came off his chest.
Right. Okay.
But the paddock's always going to scream for a handball.
Well, because where we were, it was like there was a couple of players blocking it, and then it was like,
Right.
and I thought the keeper's just made an unreal save.
No, it was the defender. I got a fairly clear view from it.
Did you?
Came off his chest.
Oh, right, okay.
But
VAR in
they
the
get the
in the Andrew
VAR.
Jenkins stand,
Yeah, exactly,
brought to you
mate.
by the Last Ditch.
I got it on my phone, zoomed in and drew the lines and everything. I think the second half was a brilliant show of character from us. I think it's something we've been lacking a bit at times this season.
Yeah.
Like we saw it in the Bolton game, we saw it against. I would say we saw it against Shrewsbury, but Shrewsbury was a fairly easy win anyway. We didn't.
Even if you got, I think the Portsmouth game, I think we were very unlucky with that at the weekend.
Yeah, of course.
That is the worst way to. Best way to win, but worst way to lose in the league game.
It would have been amazing to leave with a point against top of the league. It would have been
we could have probably won it. It's just there's certain times you go, the players have just got to just shoot instead of just trying to pass it into the into the net. You think
I do think
just hit the bloody ball.
I do think we maybe do try and pass it around one too many times. Do you know what I mean?
I can't remember who had a shot. I don't know if it was Butterworth or so. There was a couple of players yesterday at the game. They just had a shot and it was like that's what you want. Like even if you sky it, you sky it. But you'd rather get them out. There's no point in you get one shot that game and you mess it up. People are going to be like, but you'd rather them just shoot and keep going for it.
The more you shoot, the more you'll score.
Yeah, exactly. Don't shoot, you don't score.
Exactly.
That's your trademark. That is his trademark
if you
thing.
don't score?
No, to yawn.
Or to yawn during the fight. Yeah,
it's like a trademark thing.
It's early start this morning, boys. I was up at to be fair, getting up at 9. That's not early to get up, but I was up at 9. I was on the fucking bus at 9:30. I had to traipse through town with 3 camera bags. But I arrived there around the right time, so it was fine in the end. But honestly, boys, I'm on my last legs, but the show must go on. People must just think I'm really rude. I might yawn while you're speaking, and he's fucking getting bored of him, isn't he?
Fucking narcolepsy the other end. Just all of a sudden, all just goes. Just falls asleep.
Keels over and falls a kid. No, but it was a very, very good display from us in the second half. Jordan Gibson's goal was. The ball forward from Colin Guy was unreal. Danny Butterworth. And the way Butterworth flicked it on as well. We haven't seen him start this season. Last night
I was impressed by him. I thought
he capped it with an assist. I'd start him against Cambridge, to be honest. I think. Depending on the system we use, I think Alfie McCallum was a strain in his style.
Now, I wonder if that is with Simo, if he's wanting to go with Butterworth more. If everyone's fit, would he pick Alfie or would he pick Butterworth? Because to be fair, I've been impressed with Alfie the last couple of games. But I think Butterworth maybe gives you that kind of... The thing is for me,
flair player, I think,
there's two. When you actually look at the height up front, I know people say Joe Garner's the target man. Joe Garner's smaller than me. I mean, I'm 6 foot, but he is smaller than me. And you think a target man should be 6'3" as a minimum, really. Get it down and knock it on.
Josh Coyote is 6'1", 6'2".
So that's what
he
you
would
want.
Be our target man, but he's injured until fucking December, I think.
So if you got him back and then hopefully someone else, it maybe looks a bit better than. I mean, Garner's been brilliant. I think he has been good.
He's been unbelievable. I tweeted last night. I'm not sure if you saw it.
I did see.
I'm gonna lay this down on the podcast as well right now. If Joe Garner gets 10 goals or more this season, I will get a Joe Garner tattoo somewhere on my body. And I've said it here on the Last Ditch. No crosses, no nothing. I will do it.
I think you should get his face tattooed on your face.
That'll be brilliant. I think that's a really good idea. I think I might get I might actually take one of the designs from Print by Rob, get an outline of it and put it just under the fox.
Here's a better thing for you. Why don't you just get his autograph and get that tattooed?
Nah.
Get it just a small. No, get it under there, and then maybe get something.
Nah, I don't know. I'd rather get an actual designer
You want the design?
Yeah.
Print by Rob.
Print by Rob sorts tattoo out, mate, as part of our new partnership. But a brilliant character. We'll go over Joe Garner's goal as well. I think it was Terry Blade that got the assist in the end.
Yeah, Terry was good when he came.
He was unbelievable. It really changed the game.
He just gets a bit overexcited, doesn't he? You see he wants to do it, and he's just his legs sometimes go before his
He goes round him on one time, then he tries to do it again. But it's I like it though. I like that he'd rather take him out.
He got tenacity,
He has, yeah. And he's very, very quick, which means he normally can beat his man, Terry. And when he came on, I knew that there was going to be kind of a shift in the way we went forward, and I think the way he got forward, played it across. I think it was. I don't even know if it was his assist. I think he passed it in, then someone flicked it on, and then Garner put it away. I think. I don't quite.
What was that? The second goal?
Yeah.
Terry just headed it across, and then Garner headed it in the net.
Terry headed that as one, yeah.
Because I thought it was going in, and then Garner just came flying in and smashed it in.
I think so. It was backs cross, Terry's header, and then.
Yeah, because he kind of Terry was literally came in, and he just went bang, and he went right. He was like at the back post, and then it went over to like it was Luke the goalkeeper, but it wouldn't have been enough to probably go in. And Garner just came flying in.
Garner was pretty much on the line when he headed it. There's no way he could have missed it. It was brilliant.
He needs to be there to score.
It's once again, it's that instinct of him to get into the right positions. You can say he's 36. He's been playing for ages, and over the time he's built that up. He's built that kind of that instinct up that some of our lads probably don't have. Like the younger strikers, like Terry Blade, Edmondson, etc. They might not have that kind of vision to get into the right spots. But
you should take advice from him because you know, even Coyote. Because Coyote, how old is he?
Coyote's 24. I think
25. That's still young, right? Yeah,
still young. And I think that's another reason we've got Garner. It's kind of like a role model for those younger lads. But enough of that. Well, I mean, actually, no, I'll speak a bit longer about it. I finally got a chance last night to speak to Tom Hyattack, the man who's kind of.
He was desperate to speak to. I said to him, I said, just go over and speak to him. We
stood in the line, and as soon as I was going over to him, he started walking. I was like, oh shit.
And then Kirky went over with you, and I was like, don't you dare say you were anything part of this podcast, Kirky, because he won't come on.
Because I
am sorry. He is a good. No, he's a nice lad.
He is man fucking hell.
He is a nice lad.
And then you were like, run after him. I'm not running.
I didn't say run. I said
Tom, I'm not running.
I said get after him if you want to speak to him.
So I kind of like a brisk stride towards the lounge, and then as he was going, he'd opened the door for his wife to go through, and I pat him on the shoulder. I was like, oh hi mate, she's like, pleasure to meet you. And he's like, hey man, what's your name, buddy? He's like, he's so American. My word, I love him, right? But he's so American. He's like, hey buddy, what's your name? I was like, Ollie. He's like, Ollie, nice to meet you, man. And I was like, that's about it. I was like,
said, pat him on the shoulder. Just had this image of you running over, grabbing him in the back of this like suit and going,
so yes lad. No, but I was just like, I really hope the takeover goes well. And he's like, oh, it will. I was like, really? I was like, trust me, mate. If this goes ahead, you'll never have to buy a pint in Carlisle again. Go, I hope not. I was like, you won't, mate. But no, honestly, he seemed like
we don't even need to get him on now because he's clearly doing that good of an impression.
I'll just sit here for an hour speaking that voice, and it'll be the same thing. No,
I've heard as well when it's apparently going to be announced.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not saying when though.
No, we can't say that.
Because obviously we'd known people there. They told us a when I came out, and he was like, apparently it's this game that they're going to come out.
I've heard,
but I don't want to say it, and then it's like,
no, of course we can't put it out there. Yeah. Like, no, I've heard murmurs as well, but we've all heard murmurs and mumbles. Might true, there might not be. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, finally got a chance to speak to him. Obviously not as much in length as you were able to, but seems like an absolute top bloke.
He's nice because he's like going around the fan zone and stuff like that, into the amount of like kids and that he's with, and also we'll add in the photo of him in
wearing the Rob's fit. I've got one of those on my backpack right now. Yeah. In fact, you know, I'll stick it on the jumper because you know, you keep talking, do your spiel.
This is yeah. No, to be fair, I really enjoyed seeing him going around because it's like you don't get that with owners now. Like just walking around. I mean, some people probably wouldn't have even recognised him.
No.
You know, because if you haven't seen him, you maybe would be like just thinking it's just some guy walking around. But no, really, really genuine fella. But that's class that he's got like Rob's badges on. That's absolutely mint.
I know. I'll stuck it on here now.
Because I think Jenna and that they were on like a hen do and
beautiful stuff.
And stag do for Nick. Nick and Jenna's
wedding.
Or
something, was it? Oh, they wouldn't know. No,
they're getting married. They're getting married in New York.
Congratulations, Jenna and Nick.
Yeah, they're getting married.
This podcast, which is supposed to.
No. I think that's why they went. And it was just Tom and Patty.
Tom and Patty. Yeah. But honestly, no. Tom seems like a top guy. He seems very confident that everything's going to go to plan, which excites me hugely. Especially if we get it over the line before January, because like that will be massive. I think we need to if we want to stay up.
I think it'd be in by December. I
hope so.
I think for a while about. As well, I am desperate to do that halftime crossbar challenge thing.
Oh my god! Really?
Because there was a
should we get in contact like
on a Saturday? Yeah.
Challenge?
On Saturdays, I think you've got to apply or you've got to put forward because you know they always come out from the dugout and that. Whereas on a Tuesday, it's like the lassies just walk down and just ask them like, "Do you want to come on?" And I said to Stephen, "Let's get on." And Adam and Stephen were like, "Oh, what if we slip?" I'm thinking,
it's funny, isn't it?
Stephen would deck himself, I bet you, and it'd just be me and Adam would be in absolute tears. But like, I just went. I think for me, I'd just be like, wipe my feet on the grass and just run as hard as you can and just hit it. Yeah. If you run up and try and do that, that's when you deck yourself.
Yeah.
But Adam was like, we need to do boots. I thought we could do it. It'd be funny. Coming on boots. I just got some new boots actually, and they're pure tidy. So rock them out on Burton Park.
I'm not rocking up in the paddock and fucking like Mercurials, mate. I'm not doing that.
No.
T90s. Oosh.
I think you go in beforehand. I don't know if you get in one of the boxes actually for the... Because I'm thinking when you go in for the half-time thing, they're never in... They just come out of the thing.
We should get a last-ditch hospitality box. That's what we should do.
Right.
No.
Courtesy of Tom. Your best pal.
My best mate, Tom Pieter. I couldn't do a box. I need to be amongst the fans.
No, but brilliant from Carlisle. We'll do the predictions at the end of the episode.
Yes,
but
yeah, of
it was... we're doing good. That's the thing. Like there's just moments in the game where we switch off and you think if you have certain players in better in positions that are just at that next quality, you probably don't concede. You don't concede, and you probably score a lot because you think of how much we create.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't think the conceding the issue. It's the scoring. I think.
Who was your man of the match yesterday?
Fair few to choose from,
because I don't think there was one that stood out massively. You know, like when Gibbo's been a couple of times.
Yeah, I think they were all at the level. I'd say for me it was probably Garner or Mellish. I would say
Garner or Mellish.
Yeah, I think Mellish was very composed on the ball. I think he's kind of his thing is kind of like he's. I think
Lavelle and Mellish were brilliant.
Lavelle did brilliantly as well.
Lavelle, Mellish, Garner. Yeah, probably that.
Yeah, if I had to pick one, I'd probably say Mellish.
I don't think there was anyone in the midfield that was over, that would be man of the match, or anyone that was below standard. I think everyone was just...
I'd say Butterworth was probably our best in the midfield that night.
Yeah.
And honestly, I will actually say, Owen Moxon didn't impress me much last night. And he hasn't for a few weeks. It doesn't mean saying that it's suddenly become a bad player. He obviously isn't. He just obviously has set very high standards for himself, and I think people are maybe getting a bit carried away that he isn't meeting those standards as much nowadays.
I wonder now, because obviously, yes, people were like it's plain and simple. Like he's still getting some assists, but it's not as maybe the impact he had in League Two. But then I look and go, look, the quality has gone up, and he's Moxon just playing at his normal thing.
Level.
Like if you put this Moxon from League One in League Two,
would he be playing like he was last season?
It probably would.
Yeah.
And I think that's maybe the step up that he's doing very good.
Yeah.
But people are going, because he's not standing out every game like he was in League Two, people are going, but I'm not going to sit here and just be like, oh, Moxon fan club and go, oh, he's brilliant, whatever, because there's some people like that.
Yeah.
But, I think that's maybe the difference, because that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking, why is there not like, why? Because obviously see on social media and that, people saying about it. And I just wonder if it's that kind of thing. And other players have stepped up as well, to be fair. Yeah. Like last season, if everyone had Gibbo stepped up this season, which realistically, and I'm going to be honest here, last season I think maybe Gibson needs to move on, because I was not impressed with him at all. But it's the different style, because obviously maybe League Two, they sit back more, so he's not got much space, but now they do.
I think the big change in Jordan Gibson's playing is I think he just works more now.
Yeah.
You see him running more for the ball. You see him, going up for challenges for headers and all.
He's got confidence as well. He's just a bit of like...
Yeah, now that he's got a few goals, he's taken in his stride. He's very confident.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the thing with Moxon, it's literally just... I think from set pieces now, I don't get what he does. Like, we put him on corners.
I think I put Gibson on free kicks.
I'd take him off corners. It barely ever gets past the first man now with him, and I don't know if it's like a thing they've been practicing in training. Like last night,
I think that's maybe something in practice, because surely to God,
you saw him play it on the floor at the edge of the box, and then Butterworth got a shot off. It went over, but that's obviously something that they've ran through and they've practiced. But then other times it's like he crosses it in. It's like a really weak ball.
Now the defence side for that is, I think he is told what to do with the crosses, because after maybe about 4 of them going and they don't do anything, I think he just thinks, right, I'm firing this in, because then they start going in all right, and you go, well, why didn't you do that before? And I think it's maybe something with the coaching of trying to get it in this way. And I just think a lot with League One and League Two especially, it's just get it in the box.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I know you've never got to be doing fancy just get it in, fire it in, and get on. Aim for 2 players that are in a certain area and get 3 of them in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then just try and get it in. Like I know you can maybe have have a set way. Like go right. Like what we did with Butterworth yesterday, kind of went short and he shot. Have that as every so often. Yeah. You just try something different, but just get it in the box. Maybe it's old school saying it that way, but I just think when you arse around too much of it, it's just now comes of it.
Well, you saw number 7 for Burton, Nick Powell. He was on a few corners. He's very good. He's a very good player, and his deliveries were really good.
Yeah,
and I think if Moxon can deliver stuff like them with the players with the aerial ability that we've got, so
Lavelle,
Garner, Mellish, we can get
even Maguire can jump high.
Maguire as well. We can get a lot of joy from moves like that. But I think we typically spoke about Carlisle.
Yeah.
A bit longer than we usually do.
But yeah.
That's enough of...
Champions League?
Yeah, I suppose we can move on to the Champions League, European football. Do you want to start us off there?
Harry Maguire and Andre Onana, revenge arc, here we go. I am here. I'm buzzing. No, and to be fair, how many weeks ago did I say we need to stick with Onana? And I said Maguire as well.
Did you say that?
We got it on the TikTok.
All right.
We didn't know because I said when I was saying people saying about staying with De Gea, it's like no, we need to stick with Onana because he's gonna come good.
Yeah.
And then Maguire, I said the abuse he was getting was
Yeah. We did talk about that.
Obviously, we've been in the Carlisle game. We were getting like updates coming through about the United game, and they're like it's 0-0. So I was like, oh fuck no. Someone went, United are fucked if they don't win this, and I was like, yeah, because to be fair, if United beat Copenhagen like last night, and then they beat Copenhagen away, which they probably can.
Yeah.
That's 6 points then, and then you get up, then you go Galatasaray, and then Bayern at home. United should qualify now.
Yeah.
But honestly, I was like, I was buzzing for Maguire. I thought that's brilliant from him. He's been really good the last couple of weeks as well.
Kirky was buzzing and all, put a couple £100 in his pocket.
Okay, no. But and then that wasn't a penalty at the end. Like that was never a penalty. Not a chance. Like I watched it and I thought, how is that a pen? Like there's not a chance. You never know with refs nowadays though. No, but the thing is, if that's a League 2, League 1, you go, well, he's put contact, but it wasn't even like there was VAR there. You know what I mean?
To be fair, I had to jump backwards. I will quickly jump backwards though. Last night's ref, I think was really good.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
Best ref I've seen Burton Park in years. Anyways, moving to the capital on from that.
But I think the pressure as well was like 94th, 95th minute or something, the penalty.
Right.
And realistically, when he saved that penalty, the ref blew for full time. So if it scored, it would have been the last kick of the game. And I thought the pressure was on, and it was a brilliant set. I watched the highlights with Adam, and I went, and he even went, and he's a Liverpool fan, and he said that is an unreal save that from Onana. We just got over, and it was just. I think with penalties it is 50-50 sometimes, but United needed that. United needed that big time.
Hopefully now for Onana, for Ten Hag, for the rest of the players, that kind of kicks them on a bit now. Especially for Onana getting that save, that'll up his confidence.
While we're talking about Man United as well, there's obviously been, since we've been last on here talking about them, the Qatar bid has fell through.
Of course.
Thank you so much, Joe Glazer. I hate you probably more than anyone in this world. Actually, no, Di Maria is probably above that.
Di Maria and Joe Glazer.
Joe Glazer, you are an absolute scumbag.
So what's happened with all that? Because I saw it fell through, but I wasn't sure.
So basically, the Qatars came in, right? And the two bids were from Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the Qatar. I can't remember what his name was, and I don't want to say it in case it's wrong.
It was a Sheik. It was like a Sheik, like Al something.
Yeah. And he was a Man U fan. Like they're both Man U fans. And basically, they've put in a bid for about 8 billion. Now Man U's been valued at about 2 billion, but with the Chelsea thing, Chelsea went. What did Chelsea go for? About is it 2 billion?
2 billion, yeah. 2.
So if Chelsea's going for that, United and Liverpool are going to be miles ahead of that for the fan base, the history, all that kind of stuff, infrastructure, and he put in a bid. They wanted 5 billion, then they wanted 6 billion, then they wanted 7 billion, and it was like so. This
priced them out of the deal.
I think it's Sheik Jassim.
Jassim, man. Yeah.
He put in bids and he was matching. He was going right, 8 billion, right? Because he wanted them, and he said he was going to invest in all the backroom stuff. He was going to put in money for the stadium, money for absolutely. Like this is what you need. And look, honestly, I didn't really want something like a state owning us, like Qatar or like Saudi Arabia, how Newcastle is. And that I didn't really want that, but then I thought, no, because if we don't get this bid in, United are just going to get left behind.
Yeah.
Because this is what City's doing, Newcastle are doing. There's going to be other teams around world football that's going to get bought by things, and United are just going to get left behind. And I thought, do you know what? We'll probably just need to get them in. And it's 8 billion, and then all of a sudden, we want 10 billion. You bought this club on debt and loans, and you've taken money out of the club for the whole time you've been here, and you were greedy rats. Honestly, mate, I just can't stand it where you go. You are hated by every Man United fan, and you are absolutely desperate to just. I think the next step they could do is wipe their ass in a Man United shirt in the middle of Old Trafford. Yeah. Like genuinely, that's the only way they could get. Yeah, it's. You know what it's on? I think it's worse than what Mike Ashley was at Newcastle. But it's that kind of level of just how can you look at a business? No one wants you there. You are about to get given more than what because they bought it on debt and loans and stuff like that. They took the money out of United to pay them loans back. So whatever they make, even if they turn around and went, right, we'll give you $1 billion for United, they'd be making a profit.
Exactly.
And any of the players, when people go, the Glazers have spent money, they haven't. They've taken money out of Man United. Yeah. They have not put a single penny of their own money into this club, out of their own pocket. They haven't. They've taken it all out of the revenue of Man United and they've just absolutely drained the club. And now they're getting Jim Ratcliffe in that's coming in to take 25%. And do you know why? Because then Jim Ratcliffe's going to take the football inside, so then they don't get the shit for any stuff that guns on the field. That's what they've done. So they're still getting the money, and Jim Ratcliffe will take the shit if anything goes wrong, because he's in charge of the manager, the directors,
the signings.
The signings.
Yeah.
I think it will go through Glazer, because obviously their money will still come into it. They'll have to pay. But I'm just looking at that going, and he's apparently wanting to get it on a bid of like, he wants to then get full control in time. I'm thinking, well, we're going to be waiting another 20 years for that.
It takes some time, won't it?
Yeah, because he has not got that much money to be turning around and going like that. It's just one of them situations I absolutely despise, because I just think, why would you not just go, take your money and go?
They've purposely just done it out of spite.
Yeah,
you know, and I think, and also I've heard...
Wait for the backlash for this, because I tell you what, United fans are not going to stand for this.
I've heard reports, and I don't know how much truth is in them, but I've heard reports that Sheik Jassim is now looking to invest in Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So if that ends up happening, United have massively missed out.
Yeah.
Because
the only thing with that is I can't see Daniel Levy selling up there. That's another one. Like, they have these clubs as if like they're mine and no one can have them. It's like, look, you can't have a club forever.
No,
just get the money and sod off.
You're a part of the club's history by owning it. But then once you've done it for another time, you leave, let someone else take over with more money, who's more equipped and more capable. Exactly.
Like, don't get us wrong, if it's going well for you, you know, if Daniel Levy was doing stuff and it was absolutely fine, then fair enough, there's no need to sell.
Yeah.
But if someone's going to come in and inject the money and make Tottenham...
It's better.
Yeah,
let them have it, man.
I just can't stand them. I mean, it's been literally for years, and people will say now it's like, you know, they say, oh, get the green and yellow scarves out, and when United are losing,
get the Norwich shirts off.
Yeah, but when United were winning under Fergie at like the Champions League semi-finals and finals, they were there saying Glazers out when we were winning trophies. So this isn't like a new thing, but it's just, I know it'll actually no, it won't divide opinion, because if there's any Man United fans that want the Glazers in, you need your head shut.
I can't imagine there would be, honestly. No. I really hope there wasn't.
Yeah, I'd love to actually know if there's Man United fans watching this, what you actually think of the current situation with the owner side of it, and if you actually think Jim Ratcliffe's, because obviously I hope he does well. Like, I hope he does, and maybe it will be different, because maybe he'll just take the spinning plates and go, right, I need proper footballing people in. Yeah. And look, it might work out. But I just think they've run their course. It's like you see them at the FA Cup final and that, and the Carabao Cup final, and I think it's Avram with the one with that ponytail, and you're looking going, mate,
he looks minging, lad.
You are,
proper
honestly, you just look at them there, and they act as if nothing's happened. No. And they're just there like, they're trying to shake hands with people, and you think, mate,
they just seem proper like sleazy.
You just stick the head in them, wouldn't you? Go, get out my face, man.
I remember when United won the Europa League back in 2016 with Mourinho, and there's a video of them in the dressing room, and they're shaking the players' hands, and he shakes Rashford's hand, and Rashford wipes his hands on his fucking shorts. Yeah. And I was like, that kind of shows the lack of respect there.
I'd wipe my hand on my arse and shake his hand and go, thanks very much for nothing.
It shows the lack of respect that the players have, the fans have for the owners, and I don't blame them. Yeah. Because honestly,
I think the situation with United, it's not all down to them, but it's a big thing, because although they spent money, Van Gaal, Mourinho, I'll tell you what, Van Gaal, wanted players in, fair enough. Well, take Moyes, should have been given longer, but because they were so used to what Fergie had done, he'd given him an aging squad and he didn't have time. But I'll say Mourinho, Ollie and Ten Hag, right? Yeah. Them three managers all wanted like number one targets. Yeah. They didn't get that. Right, number two, didn't get that. No. Number three.
Literally like the last
you want Harry Maguire at centre back? I tell you what, he's Fred. What? Like, how? How on earth do you turn around and go, I would like this centre back? I tell you what, we'll give you a midfielder
from Shakhtar Donetsk.
Yeah, Shakhtar Donetsk. And we'll pay 50 million plus for him. And is that alright, Mourinho? And you actually feel sorry for him. Like, look, I know Mourinho is one of these, right? Third season, I
love Mourinho. I think he's brilliant.
It starts falling apart. I get that, but I'm not being funny. Ollie, honestly, Ollie's IQ for football was unreal. Like, he was wanting like Bellingham when he was at Birmingham. He was wanting like Haaland
when he was at Mulder, because he managed at Mulder.
Grealish, all these players that you were like, oh, get them, and he was like, oh, you can't have this. Van der Beek we ended up getting in. To be fair, Van der Beek was a big shock, because I thought he'd be good. But that's the level of you going. You want Bellingham, you get Van der Beek. Yeah. You want Grealish, and you end up with like Dan James.
Oh God, yeah, fucking.
And you think it's just and like even with Ten Hag, you want Amrabat. We'll get him on loan. Yeah. Who else was the one that we've got regular? I know regular was kind of brought in because we've got left backs already, but there's just too much arsing around and like. Oh, right. You want 100 million? Anthony, you probably could have got him for about 45 million at the start of the summer last year. But because the dick-arsed around. Yeah. Because they went, well, and fair play to Ajax. They went, well, we're not going to be able to buy anyone, so if you want him, 90 million. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. There's 90 million.
I mean, I think Ajax might be regretting it now because they're in the shitter. Ajax are like 17th in the Eredivisie.
Oh, they are, aren't
they? But yeah, and it's like, another one I remember was Ollie wanted Caicedo. And now Caicedo had a £115 million move to Chelsea from Brighton, and he did brilliantly for Brighton.
Ollie should have been brought in the back room. So, and Rangnick, when he came in, he was a bit like,
I would say,
but he came in
should have been director of football.
Yeah, I think he should have been
either him or Rangnick.
Do you know how much shit I got when I was saying we needed to back Ollie, because I was sick of just every single time. Oh, it's the manager's fault. Oh, it's this fault. You've got Paul Pogba, Jesse Lingard, fucking who else was in the team when it was like Ollie was gone to shit. There was just so many players that were just, even Rashford, Sancho, Ronaldo.
Still kicking about, I think.
There was just people that were just Matic,
yeah.
There was just so many players that it was like, you are throwing managers under the bus because you think, I don't want to play for him anymore. No, it's because he hasn't got his players in. Ollie wanted this rejuvenisation of United, and he was actually, if he got his players, Ollie would have won a trophy with United, 100%. 100%. He was getting closer and closer.
And it was second in the Prem with them, no?
Yeah, second in the Prem, and I'm not being funny. You could have pushed. I'm not going to turn around and say Ollie would have won the Prem because people will just laugh at us there. Yeah. But I tell you what, I don't think he'd been far if he had got his signings he wanted. Yes, we probably would have. We would have definitely been up there challenging. And I just think when you don't get the players you want, you're never going to get a chance of doing anything. You know what I mean? It's like you might as well just turn around and go, well, let's just close our eyes and just hope for the best, because that's what Ollie was doing at the end. He was just like,
the important part of being successful on the pitch is giving the manager the players that they want.
Exactly.
Because they need to play with the players that they have their eyes on, and they need to create chemistry within that team, and they can't do that if the owners aren't giving them the players that they want.
Alright guys, we are delighted to announce that we have a partnership with local art designer Print by Rob.
So essentially this episode and continuation ones will be sponsored or I suppose supported by Print by Rob and his artwork. We've got a few pieces here that he's graciously very
these are our favourite ones.
Sent us for free. So we picked these two off the website. Dan's got the Wayne Rooney print there, and I've got the one of Jordan Gibson, the man on fire for Carlisle this season. And he's also sent us a few extras, as you can see here. We've got Sean Maguire in a retro Carlisle United kit.
We've got Lionel Messi at
the World Cup when he won the whole lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's incredibly high quality artwork at a very reasonable price. We will leave his social medias in the description, as well as his website, so you can go over there, check it all out, and we hope to see lots more of you purchasing his artwork because it's very much worth the price.
There's a giveaway coming soon as well. We've got a giveaway, so that will be on our social medias. We'll mention it at the end of this video, how to enter. But we'd just like to say a big thank you to Rob Morley. It's nice that someone's kind of taken a bit of a chance on us and done a sponsorship with us, because obviously when you're starting off, you don't know who's gonna want you. Yeah, exactly. And we'd just like to thank him personally. And go over and look at his artwork. It is really good.
So without further ado, let's get back to the regularly scheduled episode of the Last Ditch podcast. I was a goal off 122 quid on my accumulator. I cashed it out for £6.50.
Wow.
Hey, it's profit. I only put £1 on it. Right.
No, but I think with United, I think they just need to, you need the best in class in everything in United. Is that the stadium's fallen to bits.
It is, isn't it?
The training facility is not what it should be, and it's sad really, because you look and kind of go, what, and even if United go and win a trophy, it's all good and well, but you're like, you want the best in class. For Old Trafford was like the best stadium in England for a long time, in the world at one point, and now it's like the history's there. It's a bit like Anfield. Anfield's extending on, and it's like, I'm not saying knock Old Trafford down and rebuild it, because you've got to keep that kind of old school kind of thing.
You've got to
but
extend it.
Redesign it, modernise it, kind of make it like, I don't know. It's just it frustrates me so much with the whole situation with it, because you look at like the years gone by and you think the players that there was just Ten Hag has now got a way of kind of going, no one is bigger than the manager, and I think that's what Ollie missed out on, because I think it was too much, too soft. A bit too soft, and I think with Ten Hag it's like, nah, you're not big, and people will disagree with the Sancho situation and go, oh, it's wrong. No, it's not. Sancho fucked around and found out.
He fucked around, found out, refused to apologise. Now,
and I'm sorry, Cristiano Ronaldo, the greatest ever footballer in my eyes. If he's getting binned off by Ten Hag to like, you're not trying to question me, Jadon Sancho, who has been absolutely dishwater since he came in.
Since he came to United.
Aye. Spot on, aye. Yeah. No, you come back in, Sancho, and you do, because you are absolutely mate. Honestly.
To be fair, I think there was a lot of pressure on Jadon Sancho since he moved. I think it was a big kind of speculative transfer. A lot of people had eyes on it. And he just hasn't. He's not recreated the form that he had at Dortmund. And
but I think that's bullshit. That I think everyone uses that and they think, oh, you've got £100 million on you, right? Go and play football. I'm sorry, he's been here for 2 seasons, 3 seasons.
I'm not excusing.
3 seasons he's been here now.
I'm not excusing his performance,
and he's not been.
No, I'm not excusing his performance at the price tag. But I think when a player goes that much, obviously there's a certain standard people have.
Yeah.
And if you're not meeting those standards, especially for a club like Manchester United, you don't.
It's sad because he'd probably be all right with Højlund because he's got a target man to aim for. You know, whipping it in and that. He maybe would come back, but I tell you what.
Well, he could have been playing with Højlund if he just apologised.
Yeah.
He would have been back in the team. You know what I mean?
I think it's gone too far now. I think it sounds like he's leaving in January.
It sounds like...
It's a sad situation because I wanted him to do well.
I've heard things about getting loaned back to Dortmund for 6 months and then with a buy clause at the end of it. Which I think is probably the best option for him. I think he did very well at Dortmund.
It's sad really because you kind of...
capture his form now.
But then you look back at Man City and even England days, there's stories coming out now about him kind of being like disruptive and he's been late to stuff and how he is, and I think I'm sorry if that's coming from Dortmund and Man City and the England camp, because there's a reason he doesn't get picked for England anymore.
Exactly.
He was on a good form and he wasn't getting picked, and to be fair, you clearly see with Southgate, it's like I'm not having people coming in and disrupting and being a hindrance and getting fined all the time and stuff, and good on him. But yeah, I think that's all the crack with Man U. But with the Champions League, what were the other results? I didn't see. I think I was in Bayern one, didn't I?
There weren't many shockers, to be fair.
Because Newcastle play tonight, don't they?
They do. They play
not
Dortmund.
They'll beat. I think they'll hammer Dortmund.
Last night's Champions League results were Bayern Munich 3, Galatasaray 1, Man United 1, Copenhagen 0, Lens 1, PSV 1, Arsenal 2, Sevilla 1, Real Madrid 2, Braga 1, Napoli 1, Union Berlin 0, Inter 2, Salzburg 1, and Sociedad 1, Benfica 0.
Bellingham scored again.
Again?
Yeah. Unreal, man. He will carry. Do you know what? And I'll tell you what, we'll switch from there because there's not loads we can talk about there, but we'll switch from Bellingham scoring how he's formed for Real Madrid to England, because I tell you what, if
he can recreate that, he'll drag us to a fucking World Cup or
he will literally win. He could win us a tournament single-handedly. He's got that kind of quality of like a Gaza or a Rooney.
He reminds me of that kind of style of player.
Because Gaza, with like 1990 and like even like 96.
That goal against Scotland.
In 96. And Rooney at them first Euros that he was at, he literally was like, they were like, oh my god, this guy could actually. That first Euros and World Cup, Rooney was unreal. Like, he was arguably one of the best players in the world.
I think Bellingham is this generation's Rooney.
Yeah.
I think honestly, and that is a big thing to say about a lad so young. But he's come.
I think he will if he carries on.
He's playing for Real Madrid, one of the best teams in the world, at age 21, and he's scoring for a fucking laugh.
He's just like as if like now it's like Bellingham scored again. He's a midfielder. You're like if he carries on his form and he doesn't get any big injuries, which you hope he doesn't. Yeah. That he will become the greatest ever midfielder in football history. I think.
Really.
I think he will. I think he'll be on like levels of Zidane. I mean, how can you not? How old is he?
21, 22.
I don't think he's that. I think he's about 20 or 21. He's not like 19 actually.
He's not 19.
No, I'm not even joking. He's closer to 19 than 22. Got to be.
He's fucking not. I don't think. Well, unless I'm just doing, because mind you, he started professionally at 16, didn't he? He's 20. Fucking hell. So he's 20 years old.
See, I thought he was close. So he's 20-year-old, right? Right, well, and think of how good. Birthday. No, but I'm saying he's 20-year-old, and think of how good he is. Yeah. Right. And if he carries that on for another 10 years, you're telling me he can't be the best midfielder.
I'm not saying he can't be.
He could arguably be the best player ever.
I think that's
up there.
That's a little bit far.
Right. How many goals has he scored so far?
We'll go through his last few games. So he scored against Braga, didn't score against Sevilla, got an assist against Italy for England, scored 2 against Osasuna, scored 1 and got an assist against Napoli. Scored 1 and got an assist against Girona, who were actually doing quite well in the league at the time. Didn't score against Atletico. Scored the winner against Union Berlin. Didn't score against Sociedad. Goal and an assist against Scotland. Like it speaks for itself. He's been very, very good.
He's been unreal. He's unreal for every game he plays. It's not like,
and I do think if he continues that form, I think
some players that do it in the league and they don't do it international or do it international. He's doing it in every single game he plays, and he's absolutely unreal. Like. Completely, different gravy. This guy will carry England to a.
I fucking hope so, because I need someone to be happy about as an English football.
Yeah. No, well, obviously that leads on to England, Scotland qualifying for the Euros.
A very nice segue.
Yeah,
they did.
So Scott McTominay coming in as
carrying
a top
Scotland
goal
on his back.
scorer. Unbelievable, like.
There was a lot of controversy in the game beforehand in Scotland versus Spain with that goal that got disallowed for the foul. I'm not sure if you saw it.
I feel like it did, and I don't think it was a foul.
To be fair, I'm very involved with like Scottish football Twitter and all that kind of stuff. Like I see all the uproar there if they lose, and they were not happy about it at all. It was said that I think it was like one of the Scotland defenders pushed the Spanish goalkeeper when the ball was on the way in. It didn't look like it to me, but I mean, at the end of the day, it didn't matter because they qualified regardless. I think Scotland have been really impressive this year. I think, and you can chalk it down to McTominay carrying or whatever, but as a team, I think they've done very well. And I don't like Scotland, but I don't dislike them. I think
it depends what group they get. If they get a decent group, they'll probably get out. They'll maybe get through the round of 16. They probably won't go far, but
the fact that
Scottish fans will love
the fact that they've qualified is a big thing for them, and the fact they can go to Germany, watch them play, like, it's gonna be
Scotland's getting to a point now where they're qualifying for tournaments almost with a bit of ease. Like you're kind of going, they probably will qualify, and that's credit to Steve Clarke, because I think that like McTominay's form, honest to God, he's
unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Scott, like he's always the one scoring for them as well.
He even reflects for United as well. Like he scored against Sheffield United, scored that brace to win the game for them.
That was against Brentford.
Was it?
We came on the 89th minute and scored in the 93rd and 97th or something.
Did he not score against Sheffield United?
He scored against Sheffield United and then conceded a pen.
I thought he did. Oh, did he?
I handballed it.
Fucking hell, Scott.
I was like, oh, unreal.
No, but like, yeah, he's been brilliant. John McGinn, he's been very good. He's been brilliant. I don't know as many more standout players in that Scotland team. I haven't watched a whole lot of them, but I know the lads that they have got are doing very, very well. And long may it continue, because I like seeing this rivalry between England and Scotland. Like it was kind of for years, like England would just fucking spank them every time they played them.
England will probably end up getting them in the round of 16 or something like that.
Will. That
would be more terrifying than having them in the group, because it's just...
If they could knock us out, if they have the chance to knock us out,
I don't think they would.
They're going to try and take it.
I think England would have the quality to not... Like,
we would.
Because I think with a game in a group, it's like, just don't lose it. If you how it looks in the other group... You know, if Scotland's your easiest opponent, you're like, you need to beat them. But I think if it comes to a knockout game, England have enough, because they've got the quality on the bench and that to beat Scotland. But no, it's good to see the two home nations. Obviously, if Wales, I don't know if Wales can get there, can they? They've got to go through qualification or like playoffs or something.
Some sort of different round.
Both Ireland can get in, but then obviously being announced the other week that England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland have got the home nation for the Euro 2028.
Which would be brilliant. I'll be going to a few of those games. I think.
Yeah, I'm going to try and go to Germany next year. I'm desperate. I've applied for tickets, but I'm desperate to go. Like, I'd love to go. Just to go and see, that is a bucket list of mine. I'd love to see England in a tournament.
Yeah.
I'd love to see England in a World Cup.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that. But yeah, so we'll just see how that comes. But that's good for England. I feel like I know people will say Euro 2020 or 2021.
Yeah.
That was basically a home tournament for England. No, but yeah, for England, but it was all at Wembley. Like when you've got a home nation, like that's it's Scotland, that you got games all over the country. It opens it up. You can go and watch whatever, you can go and watch certain games. Like if it's more not like St James's Park.
If I get a free evening, I'll just go down.
If I can get tickets,
take a train up to Scotland, watch a qualifier up there.
Yeah, exactly.
Go that off Manchester, Newcastle, wherever, watch them there.
Like if you can get tickets to go and see them, and I think that I'd love to have a World Cup here. I think England is due a World Cup because, there's so many, like there's certain countries, Italy, France, Germany, Brazil, these like certain Argentina to some extent, they get the World Cups and the Euros so often. England's last time they hosted a World Cup was 1966. Yeah. Now that is wrong. With how many stadiums we have, we should have got 2018.
When we hosted it in 1966, we did win it. So
yes, we did.
If we could host
good
it
job, old boy.
As soon as possible, that'd be fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
So win it again. And I can kind of wash away the hatred that I have from 2020 to 2021. So I have a mate from Italy. He's like Australian and Italian like heritage. And I literally heard it from him no fucking end after they beat us.
I tell you what, I wanted
to fly out and punch the fucker. Like, honestly, he's doing my fucking head in.
But no, I just think England was supposed to. It was England versus Russia, and the USA versus Qatar.
Yeah.
That was the two bids, and they were like, well, England will beat Russia, and Qatar, because like Prince William and David Beckham and that were the runners for that, and the USA, Bill Clinton was coming over, and they were like, USA will probably beat Qatar because they've got the
Didn't Russia win that in the end?
And then it was like, oh, Russia and Qatar win it, and you're like, if England and Qatar had won it, you'd kind of have gone, a bit of, maybe they're trying to broaden it out to the,
Middle Eastern kind of.
Middle East and that. But I thought, why? How the hell did England not win that? Like, that would have been fun. That would have been so. And think of what we did 2018. If we'd had a home tournament, but then it's like, would you have had the pressure on? Because I think sometimes England with that tournament, I think they did so well because there was no pressure on them.
Yeah,
I think everyone was like, we've probably gone out in the groups.
Yeah.
And now there's that expectation. Everyone's like, we should be winning tournaments.
After the 2014 World Cup and we went out in groups.
Yeah.
That was just so depressing.
I think Gareth Southgate does deserve that credit for making England now a country where we expect to be winning tournaments.
But then you've got to think, with Southgate, can he take us any further than he already has?
He has the Euros, and I think he has the next Euros.
Yeah.
If he wins the Euros,
and
he decides to stay on,
yeah,
I think you then have a discussion.
But I think
if he loses, he's got to go.
He has to leave. And we bring in I don't know the fuck we bring in. We bring in someone.
I think there'll be probably Graham Potter, Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Mourinho, Pep.
I would rather have Mourinho or Pep than any of them three. Like, oh my god.
If you're wanting to win a tournament, I think you go with Mourinho because he'll shithouse it. But then you go, what kind of football do you want to watch? Do you want to watch exciting football?
Mate, I don't care what football I watch if we win a World Cup. I literally couldn't care less.
I think
we could lie on the floor for 90 minutes.
Yeah, but what I mean is, all them qualifiers, all them friendlies, you've got to watch that shitty Mourinho football of defensive. It's not good. Like, I've been there. It's not good.
But
I don't think it will. I think that stick with it. I think what I would go with is I'd go with an English. I think if you want to win a tournament, you've got to win it with a national thing. You can't look. We did it. I know we did it with Sven and we did it with Fabio.
You need to win it with like a manager with
yeah, like and to be fair, if you were gone with
Fabio was a fucking knobhead though.
Graham Potter, Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Eddie Howe,
but none of them are capable.
Sean Dyche.
Eddie Howe maybe, but he's not going to leave Newcastle.
Eddie Howe or Graham
Potter. None of them are capable.
Gerrard maybe. I feel like Gerrard over Lampard. Gerrard maybe just because of his kind of aura maybe.
I would not fucking give Gerrard the England job.
I'd run through a fucking brick wall if Gerrard came in. Like, I think I would. I wouldn't run through a foam wall for Lampard. No, I would actually. I think with Lampard what I mean is you bring in Graham Potter. Well, he went up to Chelsea, and I know Chelsea's it's
a hard job. It's a fucking tough gig.
But that was like try and manage big players, and he couldn't. And it depends what kind of camp he's going into. My personal preference would be if Southgate is leaving after the Euros, give him till obviously the Euros will be in July. Give Southgate until like December, but bring in whoever his next manager is. Bring him in until that time. So
right, okay. No, I'm just trying to.
You're like,
I'm trying to grasp what you're saying because like.
So you bring in Graham Potter just to kind of get that bit of Southgate's leaving anyway.
Yeah.
But just bring him in to integrate him into like the side. That's all I mean. A bit maybe. I don't know. It is what it is. Like
I don't think any of the English football managers that are about at the minute have the capability to take England to a final.
This is why I think with Southgate, maybe it's people shouting for him to go out. He might go, and we might absolutely hit that deck and go, shit. What did we actually have?
Yeah.
You
don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, do you know what? Yes, you've got to start winning tournaments. If Southgate wins a tournament, then you might as well carry on with him if he's winning tournaments with England. Do you know what I mean? I know people might go, it's not hard with this team, but it's like, I actually think Southgate deserves it. He's brought England from a place of no expectation, absolutely on the deck, like we have got no chance in tournaments, to a point where we are like, we should be winning tournaments and we are getting to finals. Yeah. And I think he deserves to have a chance of winning. I think if he doesn't win the Euros, then he probably does have to look at going, you're maybe not that next step up. But if he wins the Euros, I'd give him the World Cup as well. Because if he can win a World Cup, I think that's what he deserves to win.
And failing all else, whenever Paul Simpson eventually sadly leaves Carlisle United, give him the fucking job.
Hey,
he did it with the under-20s.
I'm not even joking. Yeah. You've just said that. That's actually not even a bad shout. He did it with the under-20s.
He did it with the under-20s.
How many of them players will he know that have come?
Oh yeah, it'd be a fair few.
I'm not saying Simpson will go. Imagine he actually did. Imagine he left Carlisle and went, fuck it, and went and won the World Cup with England.
Imagine. I don't think that would happen, but who's to say it wouldn't though?
Say what?
I love how I've written off Graham Potter and Steven Gerrard quicker than I've written off Paul Simpson.
Hey, I actually think I'd rather have Paul Simpson as England than like Lampard.
That's where only saying that though because he's our manager and we know him as well as we do.
He's a good manager. Oh, because he did it for England as well. If he hadn't done it for England, I'd probably be like, but he actually did it with England to the World Cup.
With the other twice.
Yeah.
What else to speak about? Is there anything else to cover? Or is there any sort of predictions that we want to do?
Yes, predictions. Yeah, we'll do the predictions.
Premier League, yeah. For the coming weekend.
Because we have another episode coming up. The greatest
of
ever.
Course. The great
Premier League 11.
Are we recording that today as well?
Yeah, we'll just do it all today.
Alright.
Right, so I've got any other time I can record, to be honest.
Sweet. Are you alright to give me a lift home later? Because my mum's in work. If we finish at like 1.
I'm joking, yeah, I can't.
I think we finish at 1. I'll fuck off normally.
Yeah, it's fine. Be alright.
Okay, so this weekend in the Premier League, we've got a Friday game to cover first. That's special, isn't it?
Right, can I just say as well, just a quick reaction?
Okay.
Can you put on the scores of where we're at this so far? Because I haven't a clue where we're at, what we're
neither
at.
do
I think I'm ahead. I must be ahead.
I'm going to have to tally them all up for the past few weeks, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll tally it up and then you can add the scores on like you did in the first.
Yeah, we'll do
because
that.
that was brilliant how you did that.
We'll do that.
So we'll tell you. We'll start with Carlisle and then we'll go through the Premier League.
Okay,
so Carlisle's got Cambridge having their way.
Cambridge United away. It's one of them where I can't. Cambridge just got a draw against Portsmouth last night, which is a good result for them. But I think honestly, after our result against Burton, we'll be wanting to replicate that form again. I'm gonna say a hard fought Carlisle United 1-0 win, and I think Joe Garner's gonna be the man to score.
I think I want to say 3-0. I do, but I think with 3-0, it's one of them where I was saying like the other night, I was like, if we get 2, sometimes teams open and come onto you, and then you just kind of pick them off a bit. And I think we have the quality there. I'll go with 2-0.
2-0.
2-0. Carlisle United.
All right. So
right now to the Premier League.
On to the Premier League. So we've got a game on Friday. Palace versus Tottenham. Tottenham are going to win that 2-0.
Tottenham are on unreal form.
They've been unbelievable.
I called this. I didn't say it. I said if they beat Liverpool, we've got to start actually assessing
considering where they're
Spurs and going.
I even said when Ange came in and when they got rid of
Harry Kane, I
said they're going to be really good this season, and they have been.
You heard it here. Quality, absolute quality from the last ditch podcast.
The ball knowledge on this podcast is absolutely unbelievable. It's brilliant.
I'm a predicted Luton as well, so like you know.
Of course, well, I mean, Luton got that draw against Forest last minute equaliser.
So good they didn't win that.
I
was like, they were 2-0 down, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were. I know a few Forest fans, they were fucking fuming.
Right.
Rightfully so.
Up to Luton boys.
But yeah, Tottenham I think will win that 2-0. Palace have looked very underwhelming recently. They've really not been doing much in their games. Lost 4-0
Is it at Palace? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Selhurst Park, but I don't think it makes much difference.
No, but it's just sometimes it's like, you know, if it's like a 3 o'clock kickoff, you can be like 4-0 or something.
It's 8 PM though, mate, on a Friday. So I'd say Tottenham win that 2-0.
I'll say Tottenham win it 2-1.
Alright. On to the Saturday fixtures. We have Chelsea versus Brentford at the 12:30 kickoff at Stamford Bridge. I'm going to say Chelsea are going to win that 1-0, I think. They did very well against Arsenal. Arsenal came back and drew 2-2, but I think they did well to put 2 past them. I think they're not bad going forward at the minute, Chelsea. I think they'll win that 1-0 against Brentford. I think they'll just edge it.
God. 3-1. 3-1 Chelsea.
Bournemouth versus Burnley. The fucking relegation, fucking El Clasico. Neither team have looked great this season. I think Burnley they've looked absolutely shocking.
What was Burnley's last result?
3-0 loss to Brentford.
Okay, I think I predicted them to win 2-1, didn't I?
Fuck knows, maybe. I don't remember. I'll have to tally them all up. But yeah, 18th versus 19th. Neither team have been great. Burnley have won 2 out of the last 5. 1 was against Salford though. And fucking Bournemouth have only won 1 out of the last 5, and that was against Stoke in the cup. So
I'm gonna say 0-0. That's the first 0-0 of the season I've predicted. I think 0-0.
I reckon 2-0 Bournemouth. I don't think Burnley have got the juice for it. Arsenal versus Sheffield United. Sheffield United are another team who have just looked absolutely shocking this season.
3-0 Arsenal.
About them. I'm gonna say 4-0 Arsenal. 4-0. Push the ball out. 4-0 Arsenal. 5:30 kickoff. Wolves versus Newcastle. Newcastle are going to win that, I think.
5-0 Newcastle.
Fucking hell, really?
5-0 Newcastle.
5-0, even after the Champions League game midweek.
Oh. Actually forgot that.
Tail end consideration.
No, 7-0. No,
I'm saying 2-0 Newcastle.
No, I say 3-0. No, 5-0. I've said it first. I've got to stick with it.
5-0. I'm saying 2-0 Newcastle. Sunday fixtures now.
We have a big game coming up this weekend.
West Ham versus Everton. 1 PM kickoff. West Ham are probably going to win that. I don't think Everton did too badly in the derby against Liverpool.
No.
I was on the way up to Edinburgh with the Gretna lads for that.
Branthwaite played well, and so did Tarkowski.
Well, we were all focusing on Branthwaite because obviously a few of them lads used to play with him, and
yeah.
still speak to him now. And we were watching like Monty and how he was playing. And yeah, he did really well. Didn't look out of place at all. Did very well against the front line he was against. And I think it'll be a tight one. And actually, you know what? I'll give Everton some credit here. I think it's going to be 1-1 West Ham versus Everton.
I think 2-1 West Ham.
All right. Villa versus Luton. Oh God, Luton. Villa are going to batter them, aren't they? Yeah, I think
I can't. I don't think I can back Luton against Villa. Have been unreal.
He's backed Luton for so long, but I don't think it can happen today. I think Villa are going to win 3.
Do I go with the points or do I go with like
getting the Luton fans behind you?
I honestly, this is actually probably the first game of the season that I've genuinely thought Luton are going to get hammered here.
They can't win that, can they?
But is this going to be one of these where it's like because of some such good form again, Luton coming up?
You
what time?
say it.
2 o'clock. Yeah.
2 o'clock. I'm going to say Villa 3-1.
I'll say 1-1.
1-1.
I'll say 1-1 because I think
that would be a brilliant.
That'd be a good result for. I'm not going to be unrealistic and go because I don't think I can see them winning, and I just don't want to say something stupid and then it's like you were never going to get. But I think they could get a draw. I think if if they're really just like honing, I don't think they'll have enough to beat Villa because Villa have been really good. But then again, you never know. It's obviously.
Yeah.
But I'll say 1-1.
All right. Brighton versus Fulham.
I nearly said 5-0 Villa to be honest.
Could have done, to be fair. Brighton versus Fulham. This one's hard to call. I'd say Brighton will probably get the better of them, but Fulham have been in better form, I suppose. 1-2 out of the last 5. Brighton haven't won in 5 games or more, but Brighton 7th in the league. Fulham 13th. I'm going to say Brighton take the result there. 2-0
win. I think 3-1.
3-1 Brighton.
3-1 Brighton.
Yeah. Liverpool versus Forest. Liverpool will probably take that one, I'd say. Not by much. I think it'll be close. I'm going to say Liverpool. I'm going to give this one a high scoring one. I'm going to say Liverpool 3, Forest 2.
Liverpool 3-1.
And now we have the big one. The 3:30 kickoff on Sunday. You'll be very invested on this. 3:30, says it?
It'd be 4:30. It'd be like the.
No, okay.
It'd be 4:30 kickoff.
Yeah. Anyways, United versus City.
Super Sunday.
Manchester derby.
At Old Trafford.
Sunday, at Old Trafford. I'm going to let you give us your thoughts first. Let's not draw on.
I actually don't even think this is the one time that I've genuinely gone into a derby and just been like, we can beat City, but
City
I don't think, like honestly, I could see a draw in this. Like I'm normally kind of like, oh, we'll beat them, but I'm trying to picture what I can see. I feel it. I'm like.
I think City are out of form.
I think this could be quite a high scoring game.
Really?
I think it will because I think. Is Rodri still out for City?
Huh?
Rodri, because I know he was suspended, wasn't he?
I thought he said Roger there. I was like,
Is Roger still out?
I'm not sure.
Because I know he's suspended, but I don't know if he's back yet, and I think that's a big hole in that midfield.
A big loss for them if he's
obviously, De Bruyne is not playing. United are on a good run of form so far. They've been grinding out results.
No, Rodri. I think Rodri's fit to play.
Maybe they'll get
I
think they'll get a result for Bobby.
I forgot De Bruyne was injured until in December. I'm gonna say. I'll say 2-1 United. I'll back it.
I'm either 2-1 or 3-2.
It could be high scoring, to be fair, with fucking.
I'll go with 3-2. 3-2 and
United.
a last minute winner.
Alright.
Just for Sir Bobby.
You heard it here first.
I'll say 3-2 Man U.
3-2 United.
City.
I'll say 2-1 United. That's our predictions done.
So we'll see where, obviously, you put the
We'll see where we are points-wise.
Episode 5 already. This is
It's flying in, isn't it? And hopefully.
Thank you so much for all the support as well.
Hopefully, there's a very big guest on the cards. Obviously, we had our first guest last week with Darren McBay.
That went round really well.
Received very well. You all seem to like it. Thank you again to Darren for coming on. He was a great guest, great chat. And hopefully, we'll have a few more guests coming on in the coming weeks or months.
We've got the greatest Premier League team. This is coming out because we're about to do this now.
Yeah.
And we'll release that. I think is that going to come out on
bonus
Sunday?
episode coming out Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Bonus episode for the greatest Premier League team. And that'll only be about maybe 20 minutes long or so.
Yeah, well, we say 20 minutes. We'll be here for an hour discussing each position.
Fucking hell, I need to get home fairly pronto after this recording's done. But yeah, thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, please make sure to like and subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify, please make sure to leave us a 5-star review. Because that actually does help massively. It's free. Why not, you know?
You nearly forgot something. The giveaway.
Oh! Ooh, do you want to explain
giveaway,
that?
yes.
Yeah.
So we're doing a giveaway, guys. Obviously, the partnership with Print by Rob. So how do you want to do it? Do you want to say we'll do it for 7 days?
Yeah.
We'll have it up for a week.
So until after the release of this episode.
Yeah.
So I would what next Thursday.
Next Thursday, yeah. So if you go on to, we'll do it on Friday. We'll announce the thing on Friday morning.
Yeah.
The winner. Basically, what you've got to do is go on our social media. You got to like and retweet the post that we'll put up. Yeah. We'll give you instructions on that. A follow on Instagram and stuff like that, and every other social media that we've got. We are going to put in a little extra of if you do subscribe here, if you take a screenshot and provide that in the comments or something, that will be an extra.
So if you go over to our Twitter and you respond to the tweet with an image that proves you subscribed, that's an extra entry.
Yeah.
And we'll tally them all up.
And this giveaway is brilliant, guys. This is you choose what piece of artwork you want on all of Rob's site. He says he's going to cover the cost.
Right.
So you choose it. So
take what you want.
Exactly. Get in. There's some really good stuff on there. All sorts. Liverpool, United, Ronaldo, Messi, Carlisle, obviously.
Whatever you want, it's all.
Yeah. Harry Styles.
For our audience that may be more interested in like the musical side of things, like Harry Styles, like Oasis, bloody whatever else.
Oh, Oasis side there up, yeah. There's bands also.
Get amongst it because it's all on there. It'll all be for free if you win the giveaway.
Yeah.
We'll be deciding it one of them. Like
all you've got to do is follow, like, and retweet. That is nothing, and you get a free piece of art from Print by Rob.
Well, you have a chance to win.
Yes.
And like I said, if you subscribe, you get you an extra entry, more of a chance of winning.
Yeah.
So I think that is all we had to go today. Thank you all very much for watching. 5 episodes in, the support so far has been brilliant.
Yeah.
Long may it stay that way. Of course, I guess I'm off to uni this year, so I've kind of got to make the most of this year on it while we've got it.
Yeah.
I think this is kind of this was your idea to begin with. You wanted a bit more than me, so I'm sure you'll be continuing it next year once I'm gone, or you might not and just get really depressed.
No, I am gonna. I'm trying to build it as a bit of a brand to kind of like. Then when you do go, I start getting.
When I cross the Rainbow Bridge and fucking die. But thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave us a 5-star review, and we will see you all next week.